So, factor by grouping. Again, we had to flip ahead to make it easier for us when we get to the A not 1. All right, so factor by grouping is a different form. This is going to be on things that are not just trinomials. They're going to be ones with more terms than 3. Okay? Now, this is going to be way easier than it looks originally. All right, so here's your process for factor by grouping. First step, you want to factor out the GCF of the first two terms. So this is back to what we did like last Tuesday. You pull out the GCF of the first two terms, and then you want to find the GCF and pull it out of the last two terms. You should have a set of parentheses, two sets of parentheses, one from the first two, one from the last two. If that matches, that's your first factor. And then what I call the leftovers is going to be your second factor. We'll do a bunch of examples with this. I mean, as for notes today, that's really the only notes. All right, the rest will just be examples.
Honestly, I love it. Yeah, I don't even. We just see how you do it.
Right, yeah, that's just so easy.
Now we'll start with this guy, x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. You could take it and combine like terms and factor it. You could do it that way. I just want to use this for an easy example of factor by grouping. Okay, so how many terms do I have here? You have 4 terms. So I want to take a line and I want to split it right there. Just split the thing right in half. 2 terms on the left, 2 terms on the right. Now, on the left, I have 2 terms, x squared plus 3x. What's the GCF of those 2 terms? X. All right, so I factor an x out. What's left?
3 and 2 second power.
About x plus 3. Right? First one has 2 x's. I take 1 out. There's only 1 left. This has 3 and an x. I take the x out. There's 3 left. All right, on the right side, 2x and 6. What can I factor out of those 2 things? 2? Is that it?
Yeah.
That leaves me with what?
X plus 6.
X plus 3.
Yep.
Okay? Now, do my parentheses match?
No.
Yeah. X plus 3, x plus 3. That's my first term. X plus 3. What's my leftovers?
X.
X and a 2, right? Now, I'm going to peek up here. What was this sign? Plus. X plus 2.
Oh.
There, I just factored it.
This is so nice.
Okay? It's pretty slick, isn't it? Yeah.
It's more of a.
Well, why couldn't you just added 3x plus 2x got 5x and then it's just a trinomial?
I said that. You could. Yes, you could. I just picked an easy, like the easiest problem possible to show you an example.
Oh, so it's gonna be like y. 2y.
Let's do another one. X squared
Give us a harder one.
plus 5x plus 4x plus 20. Okay? Split it and do it right now. Everybody do it on your own.
Your math skill, please.
SB.
Let's go.
This is easy.
Aren't you cool?
So which one would be easier? Combine like terms or if you did this way?
Probably combine like terms would be easier with this one, but in a couple problems you won't be able to do that anymore.
So it would be x squared plus 5x.
Okay,
Wait.
what do I factor out of the first 2 terms?
X.
X. What's left?
5x plus.
Okay, second 2, what do I have when I factor it out? 4. Left with
X plus 5.
x plus 5. Sign was a plus. They're the same. X plus 5. What's my leftovers?
4x.
X plus 4. Boom. Question so far? Okay, step it up a little bit. If I have this,
Right, question.
let's go this one.
Too bad.
Now this one, can I combine like terms?
No.
No, there's no like terms. All right, this is what it's set up for.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is about to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I think I get it.
Okay, split it. What can I factor out of the first two?
2x.
X squared. Yep, x squared. What's left? Plus 10.
Very cool.
Now, here's where it gets a little bit, you have to think a little bit sometimes. I want my parentheses to be the same, right? All right, I said check it. If they're the same, that's your first factor. But you want to make them the same if possible. So if I look at this second side, I could factor out a 5, right? If I factor out a 5, though, I'm going to have minus x minus 10. That's not the same, is it? So what do I want to factor out then? Factor out a negative 5. I factor out a negative 5, what am I left with?
10 plus x.
X plus 10. Are they the same?
Yes.
Yep, that's my first factor. X plus 10. Second factor is leftovers. X squared minus 5.
This is great stuff.
Wait, I have a question. Why is it squared?
Because it's.
Does that pull 2 out?
Oh, yeah.
All right. You guys try this one.
Vincent is special. I don't like him.
Try that guy. It's a pretty simple one. Yep. X to the third plus x squared plus 4x plus 4.
No comprende. Me no comprende either. No.
Did you hear about what April did at Couches?
Yeah. No.
I'll tell you later.
Do I just put 0 or what?
What do you mean 0?
1. What we usually do.
There's something to factor out on both sides.
No,
Yeah,
it
well,
means like whenever you take.
where you just put x plus 1 then.
Yeah, what we usually do.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Kids and their families.
Kids in their crib.
Okay, back to the first half. What do I get?
X squared
And then
plus x plus 1.
plus 1. Good. Second one. What do I pull out? 4. What's left?
X plus 1.
Okay, what's my first factor?
X plus 1.
Second factor.
X squared plus 4.
Wait, isn't it plus x squared plus 4?
No.
No, then.
There we go. Still feeling all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How bad is our homework?
21.
Okay, what about this one? Now I'm going to put some numbers out there in front.
No, just let's do it. You don't have to trust me.
Try it.
I'm just gonna.
Try it. Yeah, 15x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3x minus 1. Take a minute and try it.
Turn the music down so slow. Nerd alert.
When comes the Martin fair? In like 3 days.
Next Thursday.
On next Thursday. Such
Okay, what do I factor out of the first two?
5x squared.
5x squared. What's left?
3x plus 1.
Okay, second one, what do I factor out?
Negative.
Negative 1.
Oh.
Left with 3x plus 1. That gets me my parentheses the same. First one, 3x plus 1. And 5x squared minus 1. Bingo. Questions?
Why can't it just be negative? And then the 5x would just be negative 5x in the parentheses squared.
He's hurt my head.
You got to pull something out.
Yeah, I did. The negative. And then
Okay.
throw on the negative to 5x.
Last one of the day. Try that guy.
Oh, I will. Mi no comprende.
Same, no comprende.
Sí, mi no comprende. I'll do it.
Can you pull the negative out and then make the 3 negative?
Uh-huh.
What are we pulling out? Oh, the one. Oh.
Okay, so what do I pull out of the first pair?
It's still not the same.
4n squared, right? That leaves me with
N minus 3x.
n minus 3.
We're wrong.
Now, on the right side, I have negative n plus 3, right? So it's the same. It just has negative signs. So if I pull out a negative 1, that makes this guy positive. What happens to 3? Makes it negative. Okay, so now my parentheses match. N minus 3. Left over is 4n squared minus 1.
You should give us another
Bingo.
one.
Any questions?
Yeah.
No,
Okay, your time to start your homework now. Told you it was going to be a day with a lot of work, a lot of practice.
Is it book work?
Yes, give me the book.
I'll pull a book.
can you please put on the board?
Pass it down.
Can you just tell me what problems we got?